my dad is currently cooking dinner, we're having lasagna. My parents are meeting my boyfriend for the first time, which is pretty weird and scary. So I thought I'd take the opportunity to record since I'm not cooking dinner. I wanted to cook dinner, but then I think it's also kind of cool that I can let go of control and let my dad cook dinner. Lasagna is something that used to really scare me a lot. The first time I had it in recovery from this relapse, I cried and I really had to spend a lot of time journaling and trying to make myself feel okay about eating it. Now I still do feel a bit anxious about it, but it is much easier to manage than before. Since this relationship milestone is happening, I thought I would take the opportunity to answer some of the questions that I've received about dating and recovery. I've made a couple of videos already about dating in recovery, but I'm hoping this time I can just answer some of the questions that I get a lot. So how did I tell him about my eating disorder? And when did I tell him about my eating disorder? I told him as soon as I knew that I wanted to keep dating him and actually pursue a relationship with him, which was on our second date. So we already knew each other from university and we were already friends. Well, sort of friends, but he didn't know about my eating disorder. So I told him on our second date over coffee. I basically just said, I think it's important that you know that I am in recovery from an eating disorder, anorexia. Although I am totally committed to recovery, I still have challenges and I'm still not totally recovered. And I said that if he has questions to please ask me directly rather than Googling, because everyone's experience with an eating disorder is different. I said that I'm happy to answer any questions that he has, and also that if being in recovery from an eating disorder changes how he feels about me, then I completely understand and that's fine. So his response was really good, and he basically said, no, it doesn't change how I feel, and how can I best support you? Which is a pretty amazing response. How can a partner best support someone in recovery from an eating disorder? Basically, what I said when he asked that is just, please don't talk about weight. I also try to be honest with him when I'm struggling. Another question I received is, how much do I tell him about my eating disorder? And I think that's really individual. He doesn't ask me much about my eating disorder. He usually leaves it up to me to share, and so I do sometimes share. I'll say, like I told him that actually going out on our first date to an Italian place was a huge challenge for me. And so he is aware of things that challenge me. I don't tell him things like my weight or BMI or my lowest weight or anything like that. I don't think that's information that anyone needs to know, because it's kind of irrelevant. An eating disorder is a mental illness, and so I don't disclose that kind of information. He hasn't asked either. So yeah, I guess I just tell him about things that challenge me, and I also try to direct him in his support as well, if that makes sense, because I think it is really hard to support someone with an eating disorder. It's so hard to say the right thing. A while back I was struggling with gaining weight, and I really needed to know that he would still care about me, he would still like me even if I gained weight. And I basically just said to him, can you please tell me that it doesn't matter if I gain weight? And so now he knows that that is something that helps me. Even positive comments about my body as it is now, it triggers eating disorder thoughts like, okay, you look good now, but you can't gain any more weight. So just saying that it doesn't matter how much you weigh, it doesn't matter what your body looks like, those kinds of messages really help me. What do I do if he talks about weight? I am picky about who I get into a relationship with. I don't want to be in a relationship with someone who exercises a lot. I don't want to be in a relationship with someone who talks about weight a lot or is fat phobic. I know that those are pretty huge limitations because our society is fat phobic and our society praises over exercise. But I guess I just explained my point of view to him and he is understanding, and that helps. So he knows not to talk about weight, so he doesn't talk about weight. And I think it is okay to say that I find it hard when you talk about weight. I think that is okay. He also just has a very healthy relationship with food. And that is something I really admire in people, so it's kind of unsurprising that I would end up in a relationship with someone like that. He doesn't care about calories. He does go for runs, but he doesn't over-exercise. Being in a relationship with someone who has a good relationship with food and exercise is very important to me. I don't think I could be in a relationship with someone who does diet things like intermittent fasting or goes to the gym all the time, because that sort of behaviour really does trigger my eating disorder thoughts, and it would sort of be like an alcoholic being in a relationship with someone who drinks alcohol all the time and loves alcohol and loves going to bars or something like that. Like, that's sort of what it feels like if I was around someone all the time who loves exercise and does it all the time, and then I can't exercise and I'd have that constant reminder. I couldn't do that. So, and final question, is being in a relationship triggering for my eating disorder? Yes and no. Yes, because I feel more aware of my body, and obviously part of a relationship is sex. That can be hard when you are hyper aware of your body. I guess it takes a lot of courage to be vulnerable with someone in that way. So yes, in that I feel more aware of my appearance, and I guess I worry about gaining weight and that not only affecting my own impression of myself but also his impression of me. But I definitely think by talking about that with him, it's really helped. Being in a relationship is not triggering and actually really helpful for my recovery, because I have someone supporting me in recovery and giving me a reason to recover, and also dating in itself is quite a challenge for my eating disorder, because we go out to eat a lot and he gives me chocolates and stuff like that. So my life is much less rigid and routine, which is challenging for my eating disorder, but I think that's a good thing. So yeah, I think those are the main questions. If anyone has any more questions, let me know. I'm gonna go meet him for dinner with my parents. I'll record again soon. I hope you're doing well. Lots of love to you. Thank you for watching. Bye.